Welcome to Wall Street Confidential. Our focus now turns to infrastructure. And Jim Cramer, Foster Wheeler and Fluor were on the most searched stock list.
Right. Okay, these are stocks. People have to understand right now that there's a tremendous amount of emotion involved in every stock. And so conviction matters much more than usual. Ray Milkovich, who is the retiring CEO of Foster Wheeler, made it very, very clear that the projects that have been put on is part of his backlog. His backlog is now bigger than the market cap. Highly unusual to be able to be independent, stay independent if that's the case, because it's immediately additive if you can buy the whole company. That there isn't anything in his backlog that gets canceled unless oil goes below 70. So, I mean, if you have a view that oil goes below 70, then you might want to rethink Foster Wheeler. Anything above 70, and you're nuts to sell it, given the fact that it has fundamental worth. Fluor has great earnings momentum, and people just took that apart too. I talk about this a lot with Stephanie, who works with me at ActionAlertsPlus.com. What's clearly going on here is that the wrong funds own these things. I've always said over and over again, be aware of your fellow shareholder. Agriculture, minerals, oil, infrastructure are owned by hedge funds. Hedge funds are not in control of their own destiny, or they're frantically trying to make performance. And the way they make performance is to beat up on stocks. It's much more difficult to make performance on the long side here than it is on the short side. So Foster Wheeler's a victim of that. But I would urge people, I remember last year when Global Santa Fe was a victim of this kind of just tremendous short selling. And they came on my show, actually asked to come on my show and say, listen, we're now selling at more than, our backlog is now bigger than our market cap. And we're not going to be able to stay independent. And I just want people to know that. And it was really this kind of like, wow, that was like a real wake-up call to me. And of course, Transocean then made a gigantic bid for them. And as I see that these backlog businesses, the stocks keep shrinking, the backlog keeps going up, then you're going to get more global Santa Fe's. Now, obviously, the pain in owning Foster Wheeler from 78 to 48 is too great for most people. And it may not even matter you got to take over if you bought at 78. I don't care. I'm stuck with the idea that I have to worry about a few months from now. If I were worried about the minute-to-minute Foster Wheeler, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Way too hard.
But if you're looking at that long-term story, when
well,
McDermott
just that,
brought those
as
stocks
the
down,
stock goes down, McDermott has coal problems.
Because they had made misestimates,
they
brought the other
They
stocks.
need coal plants to be built.
Okay.
I don't want to make a bet with coal. I want to make a bet with clean coal or cleaner coal. And I want to make a bet with refining. Foster Wheeler's that kind of bet. McDermott's got a much tougher book of business. McDermott, if McCain gets in, has good nuclear exposure. But Shaw Group has better. But what really matters is Foster Wheeler is an energy play, but not a coal play.
All right. Thank you so much.
Other than cleaner coal.
Thank you, Jim Cramer. And that's on the good trades, the right stocks for infrastructure.